can gain a lot from fostering teenagers. They've got a lot to share, a lot of life stories, a lot of life history to share with you. And just learning about all of that can help enrich your lives, but also knowing that you can really input into a young person's future and their life chances just by giving them the right advice and the right nudge in the right direction, and encouraging them, for instance, in their education, giving them the right advice. They're at the cusp of adulthood. There is no time that is more sort of precious and more fruitful than that time in their lives where you can really impact on them.
From personal experience, I was in care as a teenager, and having a foster carer who understood my needs was brilliant, was essential. I think that there's a stigma behind teenage fostering, as we are seen as hard work, and because we may have come from bad experiences, we kind of already have those sort of morals and values already instilled in us, so we're not open to take anything else, anything new anyway. So I think it's very, very important that people kind of open up and realise that we need as much help as babies and young people.
Teenagers themselves bring their own, their own issues and their own challenges, but they could help them to solve whatever they're facing, basically, and that can be of a great reward for that foster carer.
When you come into it, you'll be apprehensive and nerves are good. However, when you develop your relationship, it will become something far more, and for years to come you'll have a relationship. We get postcards from different parts of the country just to say, uncle and auntie, this is what we're doing now, and it brings a smile to our face. Although we're not in their lives day to day, it is the relationship that we've created and fostered for that period of time. And the impact, small little things that you have on their lives, are so fundamental to the way that they see things.
Any child in foster care is going to come with their issues. I just felt that it was a worthy experience of helping them with that. It's changed our family, hasn't it? Really? I suppose we feel much more like a family group rather than a couple, which is nice.
The advice I would offer carers wanting to foster teenagers is to be patient, as it can take maybe longer for a teenager to warm to you or to feel comfortable in your home. So I think it's essential to listen to your teenager you have and try and build a relationship with them, but take it slowly and expect some bumps in the road, but think that at the end you're going to hopefully have a really nice relationship.
You have lots of different experiences. You learn to cook different ways. You learn to understand different things. And the most thing that you do understand the most is, how do I cope in situations of stress? And how do I deal with it? So it's a life-affirming experience.
I was kind of young, I was 11 when I first went into foster care, and it was a massive leap. I didn't know what it was or anything like that. And I think it was good because, I saw how foster carers worked and what their job was like. What I can honestly say is my last carer made me who I am today. I like school. She came to school with me when I'd done performances, and like I said before, she interacted with me so much, and she taught me how to wash up, to do my own washing, to clean my room. It's just amazing, because if she didn't teach me that, I'd probably be in my flat now cooking ready meals from a microwave. It's just simple things like that, and we still keep in contact now. And she still advised me on stuff like boyfriend troubles and stuff like that, and that to me is the most important things, the little things that count. And if there was an award ceremony for foster carers, I wouldn't hesitate to nominate her for the best carer of the year or something like that, because she is truly inspirational. And if she gets a kid, a teenager or a baby, whatever, the next time, they'll be so should be so warming to them, and I hope they'll go through the same experience that I did.
Looking back now of experiences of being in care and being fostered, I think the foster parents played a major role in who I am really right now. And if things didn't work out well, I would have been a different person, and I would, God knows where I would have been.
Being in care while I was a teenager, it was really important to have carers who understood me and understood what teenagers are like. Fortunately, my carer had her own 2 children who had obviously gone through teenage years, and they had been quite difficult, she had later told me. So at 16 though, I turned into a bit of a naughty child, and it did get better after a while. I mean, we sat down and we had lots of conversations and we had lots of interventions with the social worker and big family meetings where the whole family came together, which was nice because I think I acted the way I did because I didn't feel like I was part of the family. So when everyone came together to talk to me, it did make me feel like I was part of the family, and it really changed all of our relationships.
There are issues that a lot of teenagers might have. Your own teenagers will have them, you know.
Yeah, their concept of independence is a good one, that they think they should be allowed to do whatever, and you as an adult have to ensure that there are boundaries, and that can be the challenge.
I think you've got to really be more than just a foster carer. You've got to be their friend, you've got to welcome them, you've got to be reassuring in the way that you deal with them. It's a learning curve. At first it's going to be a difficult experience, it will plateau off, and then you'll try and understand each other. Almost like a relationship. You're always going to have ups and downs, but as long as you understand that you do care for each other and you're working for the best result, hopefully in the end you try and make the best of it.
Teenagers are really on the cusp of adulthood, so they want independence, they want a certain amount of autonomy, a certain amount of responsibility in terms of decision making. They don't necessarily want to be, mollycoddled. I think the challenge is having that balance between having those boundaries and having that responsibility on their part and them undertaking that, but also allowing them a certain amount of freedom.
Accept that a young person is going to make mistakes, and they are there to learn from it, so you there to facilitate that learning process really.
I think it's really important for a carer wanting to foster teenagers to have a very good sense of humour, and as I said, always be there for them, show an interest in what they're doing, go to their parents' evenings, if there's any problem at school. I think it's really important that you're there for them, like you're their advocate, you're their defender, and they need you.
They need to be able to feel that they can talk to you about any issue and that you will be open to them with whatever challenge they present, so they feel comfortable ultimately. So you need to have those qualities to be able to go be on their level and have a good listening ear and be sympathetic.
When I'm older, I would like to become a foster carer myself, and I would like to give my input and my views of what my life was like in care and being a teenager to them and give them my advice. So yeah.